Now, I have to start off with a couple of introductory ideas, which you're probably very familiar with. I happen to be a psychologist. I obtained my doctoral degree from Columbia University some years ago, and also a master's degree in pastoral counseling. I'm a strange psychologist because I wasn't particularly interested in psychology. I didn't know much about it, and I was convinced, as many people were, that most people who study psychology do so to solve their own problems. And it certainly was true of me. There's no question that I studied it to solve my own problems. It hasn't worked, but it's helped. Now, I studied psychology primarily to work with delinquent youngsters. That was my interest. And I became something of a professional in the area of adolescent psychology and forensic psychology, or the psychology which deals with people involved in criminal behavior. After I got my doctorate degree, Cardinal Cook came by, the Archbishop of New York, and he said, "Benedict, will you work with priests and with clergy?" Now, I never figured out if he thought that the clergy and the delinquent boys had something in common. I never understood that, but there I went to work with priests and seminarians and brothers and deacons these many years, and occasionally on the side, many religious and lay people interested in the spiritual life, Protestant clergy, Protestant lay people, Orthodox. I'm just about to give a retreat to the Armenian Orthodox bishop and the clergy. And it's been absolutely fascinating because I was really interested in spirituality. That's my consuming interest since I'm a teenager. And I found that psychology, which seems so far away from spirituality, and spirituality could fit together, that they could be two sides of a hinge. I don't think they're the same thing. I emphatically don't think they're the same thing. But they fit together like a hinge. And interestingly enough, some of the greatest psychologists who ever lived were spiritual writers and teachers in the church. This year, when we do this series, begins the anniversary of the 1600th year of the conversion of St. Augustine. And he is called the Holy Psychologist. Long before Freud and Jung and many others, Augustine plumbed the depths of the human soul. And he was guided in his studies of the human soul by the Holy Spirit. And so, beginning with the saintly psychologists of the patristic times, St. Gregory of Nyssa, St. Augustine, St. Bonaventure, St. Thomas in the Middle Ages, St. Teresa, St. John of the Cross, many others, and many great psychological writers of modern times who have been deeply influenced by the spiritual life and interested in it, almost too many to name. We're going to begin our study of the psychology of spiritual development. There are a couple of modern names which I should definitely include here, people who in modern times have looked into the psychological makeup of the person seeking God. One of them is Baron Frederick von